What's up there, fellow YouTubers? This is Chris from the Mars Anomalies channel. I've got a cool picture for you guys today. I'm going to need your help on this because it's more of a question more than anything, but I got a theory for you guys. Now, on the screen, I've got the Hubble telescope, okay? I talked to a couple friends of mine who are into, this kind of thing themselves, and I told my theory, I bet they used this when they first put up, I think it was in 89 or 90. I believe it was 90. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But they put it on, and they put it out in space, and they started taking pictures and everything. And I said, what happens if they? I know they must be taking pictures of our planets, meaning looking at them and everything else. And they were kind of on the fence about this, meaning they're saying, well, it's so magnified. This is the reason why I'm going to use the term light years. They look at nebulas and galaxies and everything else way out deep in space, and they go by light years because how much light takes to get here and everything else, and which is understandable. But I went, come on, guys, you're telling me that this thing has too much of a magnification. I just seen this on a couple videos too, and they said, oh no, the magnification on here would never in a million years, it would just be too close up. It's kind of like looking at somebody's face standing next to you with binoculars. And I went, no, I don't buy that for a minute. I don't buy the fact that Hubble was put up there, spent billions upon billions of dollars to build this thing, and then put it up in space. I don't buy that for a minute, that this thing cannot look at a planet and not see a gnat crawling on a rock. If this thing can see that far out into space, then they can not only back the zoom way up, magnification, back it way up and look at any planet in our solar system, and guess what? Take a deep look at Mars. And I personally believe, that they seen something, well, not only a long time ago in the 70s, doing their first, flybys, but even up to this date, they seem to, what would justify, like I said this in another video, what would justify them spending billions of dollars, sending all of these rovers? Now, like I said, China, India is in on it, and there's other countries to follow. There's a reason why they're going up there. They've seen something with this telescope, I believe, and to blow these people's theories out of the water, just Google it. Just Google, Hubble telescope, pictures of Mars, and this is what you're going to get. It's pristine. That's just one picture. It's pristine. If it was that magnified, this thing would be so blurred you wouldn't be able to see anything. And if this thing has got such a magnification on it, this thing can look deep on that planet, on the surface, and see anything it wants. This is the reason why everybody's in this big hurry to get there. So I think between my videos, and my buddy Will's, What's Up in the Sky, he's got his. This is just showing, it doesn't matter what you show in your videos. The point is, he shows like all kinds of rock structures, all kinds of things that are just, it's just wild stuff. I show you the things that are hidden. So I try to, let this counterbalance, so to speak, as far as, things that are hidden and things not so hidden. And I think everybody does a great job of showing this. The Olympus Sky, he's got some good videos. He shows how the techniques to actually uncover a lot of this stuff, and how they go about covering stuff. So you might want to check his stuff out too. It's just pretty wild stuff on here. But I'm going to get to this picture, and this is pretty cool too. So let me just get out of these. Let me just jump to this picture here. This is what you're going to see. This is the Pier 14307. I'm sure a lot of you people have seen this. It's cemented fractures in in mountain inside Gale crater on Mars. And the spacecraft was Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter by the high-rise instruments. But and this is the caption, and this is what they show. One type of feature of scientific interest on the mountain inside Gale crater is exposure of cemented fractures, evidence that groundwater once reached to at least the height of the mountain. This image of the part of the mountain, taken by the high-rise resolution imaging science experiment camera on NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, shows symmetry on how material on one side of each fracture is balanced by material on the other side. This pattern indicates that mineral-saturated groundwater once filled these fractures. The water deposited minerals on both sides of the opening, eventually filling the gap. And then it says this observation increases the appeal of Gale Crater, which has been selected as the landing site for NASA's Mars Science Laboratory mission. This is what I'm getting at. Now, here's the date right here, 7/22/2011. I've had this picture for a while, and I threw it on the back burner. But I figured I'd just get you guys' input on this, because when you really look at this thing now, of course they make it, like this kind of contrast, kind of like this milky looking thing all over it to make it, nothing pop out or anything. And you really don't see anything really too clearly, but I'll get into it a little bit closer. But again, I don't know why. I mean, think about it. This is Gale Crater. You've got, what's inside Gale Crater. You got Mount Sharp. You got different regions of Mount Sharp. You've got, look at the base of that. Look at the outside of the crater. Look at, I mean, oh my God. And people are finding all kinds of crazy stuff. Look at rock nests. Look at all this kind of places, all the stuff that they're finding. Is it a secret? Is there any question why NASA landed Curiosity there? I don't believe so. And I don't believe that they're just, hey, let's just look for some rock samples, see if there's any past life here. I don't think that's what they're there for, guys. I think it's a big farce. I think they're lying to us as usual. And again, this is only my views and this is only my opinion. I don't expect everybody to share the same thing. But let me get to this here. All right, first of all, they got a scale right here, and I would imagine that's miles. But if you were to take this here and just roughly measure it, that's from this center of the star to about in between these two, I want to use the term fractures, from here to about here. That's 50 miles. Okay, now let's just go right from here to here. That's about another 50. That's 100 miles right there. How large is this thing? So this thing had to be really high above the ground. I mean, thousands of miles or whatever. I mean, I'm not sure. It doesn't get into that. But you can bet that it's pretty high up. Now, I didn't really notice anything really standing out because you see it's like all these pixelated. But I'm going, what is all over these fractures? See it? There's like a bunch of these little things all over this. And then I noticed this right here, and I'm going, is it possible that these are roads right here? See it? Just everywhere it looks like these main roads and everything. Just these in between here. And I'm saying to myself, well, and where was that spot there? I noticed right off the bat. I was like, what is that? Oh, right here. Picture this being a main road, and you're just driving along it. You take a left right here, and look at this right turn right here. It just kind of goes over, comes around, takes this 90-degree angle, comes down, and into this inside this area, this lower area where the sediment supposedly settled. And believe it or not, I'm saying to myself, well, there's no possibility that anybody could live in this because they'd fall in these crevices. They'd fall in, but they're already filled in because they said that water was probably most likely on top of this, and therefore it filled it in. So, okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm going, okay, I saw that right there. And then I'm saying, well, look at the way these is almost like perfect right here. And you can just see these little things all over this. You can see like these weird roads and everything running off. Now keep in mind, if this is 50 miles from here to about here, that's a lot of miles, and these things would be very tiny, very small, if they are in fact, structures, cities, whatever. I know some guys got better, software to look at this stuff, and that's what I invite you guys to do. So you can give me your opinion on this. And let me do this. Let me jump to this so I can show you guys what I've got. Okay. Now, I'm going to zoom in just to right over here, over this, over their scale marker here. Okay. And I'm looking at some of these things, and just look at the way this comes up, comes down. And if you look at all along this road, everything is like on the side of it, like you would find if you were looking above, like in a big city on Google, maybe in the suburbs, and you look and you see these roads, but you can see everything's like on the side of it. I don't know about you, I've never seen a house in the middle of a road, but you could just see some wild stuff here, like it all runs along here. Look at the way this road actually runs. Comes up, goes straight across, comes down this way. And it looks like there's just a bunch of things all over this. Now, I'm just going to equalize it, see if we can't bring it out a little bit. Okay. Now I'm looking here and I'm saying, all right, things appear to be popping out here. And again, I'm going to zoom in. It'll probably get a little too blurry, but let's just see what happens. Okay, let's blur it a little bit. Do a little reshopping. Now, although I'm in pretty far, look at this right here, like this round stuff here. Look at this way this road comes up. It goes like this, branches off, goes over to here, then it goes up, comes around, goes around here, and it just goes up this road. Look at this. It just runs right up here, goes along here, and look at everything is like on the side. If you look carefully, there's one. Everything's running parallel with each other. See it? Just like things on the sides. See it? Now, are these buildings? Are they something else? I don't know. They sure look like little structures. They don't look like just random garbage thrown around. Let me show you, like right here. Here's a good example. Look at this right here. This piece right here. Kind of comes up, looks like the letter P kind of thing. See it? But it's perfect, like this 90-degree angle in this corner. And it looks like it comes around, and it's either this is just a landscape area. Like if you looked over a building that was well manicured on their lawn and stuff like that, and then you've seen something smack dab in the middle of it, like a building. It's either that, or this is an actual structure, and it's got a dome kind of thing on it. Look at this right here. Whoops, my bad. Okay. Let's do it right here. Look at all in here. We've got these weird shapes. Look at right in here. Looks like it's got this dome right here with this thing in the middle. All of these structures here, they look like, look at all these little roads. It just looks too perfect and too manufactured to be just sediment or garbage on the ground. It just doesn't make any sense. Right over here, it's got this weird kind of thing going on right here. And it looks like everything along these roads, it has like just something on the side of it. Okay. Right in here. Right above the 5 right here. Like I said, this piece here. There's another one. Where is it? Right here. Look at these weird shapes. They don't look like they're just... It doesn't look something by nature. Let's just put it that way. It looks too, like I said, intelligently made. Let me go up here. And it's just these weird shapes here. Look at all, and down on this here, along this mountain. See it right there? All over here. There's like all of these weird things in here. And they don't look like just, I mean, if it was dirt, obviously you wouldn't see this stuff. I mean, it just makes sense. But look at this. And all of these, like these roads going along here, see this? It doesn't look like something that would be made by nature. It looks like, see how it just comes down? You can actually see it like it kind of like if it was going down a mountain, curvy mountain road and then it goes across. Look at this. Something right in here. And what looks faintly like roads and stuff and all kinds of stuff here. I don't know. It looks like this is like this huge area with all kinds of buildings and structures. And because if that's from here to about here, that's 50 miles. You can imagine these would be pretty small. And, you know, this pitch was taken from high up. It's as simple as that. There's something right there. Look at the way this pattern is here. Like in the, see it? Right here. It's got this kind of square look to it. Everything goes around like this here. Nice and smooth. See it? And there's all these things all the way around that. Is it nature or is it something else? Look at this. Goes across, comes down. There's just too many... I don't know. There's a lot of symmetry in these pictures and it just doesn't make sense. Way up in here, look at this. Looks like something right there. Some sort of little building. Well, when I say little, it's probably huge. It's right here. Look at the way these roads go across, and you can just see these coming down. All of these things sitting right here in a row. Look at this. And if you come down here, everything's on each side of the road. See it? Everything's on each side of it like it would be like a regular city street. Look at these, how they all run parallel with each other. See it? Something right in here. Something right there. If this is just simply sediment, look at this. This is wild too. Look at this all up in here. Okay? Something right there. Something right in here. This is not just random rocks. I mean, you can see these things actually have shape to them. They're rectangular. Got something else in front of it. This has got like a small circle in the center. I believe this is like a large city. I mean, it's very large. I don't know. And that's why I said, you know, this is more of a question video for you guys. And tell me what you guys think. I'm looking at this thing. I've looked at it before, and I said, man, this just doesn't make sense. I mean, you're seeing these just, you know, they look like they're shiny, and they're just like a metal kind of thing, or some kind of a dome, or some kind of shiny, whatever the object is, it's got a reflection to it, or some kind of very polished surface, so to speak. And this has got some kind of roundness to it. See it right there? Oops. I gotta stop doing that. Right here. And it's got that weird shape to it. I mean, this is not nature. I don't believe it is. I mean, I'm just seeing a bunch of little roads here, guys. Look at this, all in here, like openings, like in part of a landmass. Like I said, if you were flying above, you know, our state house, you would see everything like the lawns are manicured around the bushes and everything else. I mean, you could just see like these wide open areas, and then you could see something in the middle of them. Look at this. Is all this black stuff, is this trees? That's a possibility. I don't know. Was this stuff, I mean, is there any of this stuff wreckage? Meaning, you know, maybe something, whatever happened to Mars actually made a mess out of this area too? I don't know. But I mean, you can just see like things like this here. Look at this, two round, whatever these are, sitting right here. And you can just see these like little tiny roads. If you look, I mean, they did it real white, which really is goofy. But let's do this. Let's invert this real quick. Okay. Now you'll get a better perspective. You'll see the lighter parts that were dark, now they're lighter, and vice versa. Let's see if we can do this. I don't want to take it up too bad. All right. Now, if you go down in here, look at this. Perfectly square. Look at this. Nice corners. See it? Now, if I was to go back out of that, see how it's still there. So it's in the picture. It's definitely there 100%. But now it's black in the normal picture. Now it's white. And just look at all these things running off of it. Like it's got roads. It just has like a... Look at this right here. This weird shaped thing next to it. Yeah, this is not nature. Round. And it's like a semicircle going around it. Look at all inside here. Let's do this. Here's what looks like a horseshoe shape kind of thing. Right in here. Like these, it looks like just giant landmass, like areas like, you know, like I said, you would find like large buildings and on their property. It just, I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's stuff like lined up. See it? Right here, here. No matter where you look, there's some kind of object or a structure or something. And it's all in this picture. I think this is a huge city, guys. And it's hundreds of miles long. Going according to their scale, I would say it's 100 mile wide, at least a few to 500 miles wide. There's no doubt about it. Look at all of this in here. Down in here in the bottom. Look at this right here, the way this road runs. Comes around, goes over to here, goes down. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 things right on the side of this road. What is it? I think this is just a large city. I mean, you know, there's all of these things, like just things like right next to it that look almost identical, like different sizes. Things running parallel. Something that just doesn't make any sense. In other words, it's not nature made. Look at this right here. It just runs all the way up. And you can just see all these little, if you look real carefully, you can see these little roads running off of them. Goes up and around. It's crazy, guys. I mean, look at this. Comes back out. There's something right there. This is... See, there's something right there that's kind of got this little opening. It's kind of round. You can see it's kind of like got this rounded shape. Look at this right here. Okay? There's something right there. Right there. And you can still see these things. Something right in the middle of it. This looks like it's on some kind of a... I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. But there's something there. You can see it. And this is almost all the way on the right-hand side of the picture. This is all the way to the right. Now, keep in mind, guys, I wanted to tell you guys, this is magnified. I'm in 300%. So, you got to kind of change the picture around and see if you can't get this thing to pop, because you can see this is just a normal picture, and there's not a whole lot going on when you do that. So, you're not going to see a whole lot of that picture. See how, like, you just, all of a sudden, those things disappeared? Now, watch this. Oh, starting to show up. Little blur. So from this, now keep an eye on this piece right here, okay? Or this one, doesn't matter. And see, now if you weren't zoomed in 300% and didn't do this to the picture, you would not see this thing in a million years. These are there. And like I said, what they are, I couldn't tell you, but they're there. I believe they're buildings. I believe they're structures. I believe, you know, look at this stuff on the mountainside here. This is what I was trying to show you guys earlier. Look at this, how this kind of goes up, goes straight across, comes back down, and goes like this here. See it? What is that? See how it's like really obscured now? You really can't see much of it? I don't know what that is up there either. There's something way up in here buried, and they got it all whitened out so you can't see it. Let's see if we can... I mean, look at even right here. I don't know if this is a flat area. It kind of looked like it was... Look, it actually looks like a face right here. Look at... Eye, with a mouth, nose. I don't know what that is, but it's there. I'm not sure if this is flat. Let's back up here a minute. This could all be flat too then. There you go. Because what would justify this here? But I mean, you could just see like a bunch of things running off here too. Look at this. Straight down, comes up, goes around. And you can see a bunch of lines that would look like little streets running off all over in here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3 objects right next to each other. Something right here. And there's a bunch of it in here. All in here. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Now, let me just invert this a minute. See if we can't pull anything out of this. Alright. Yeah. There you go. Look at it all in here. Like all these little roads and circle areas. Look at this right here. It looks like a diamond, baseball diamond kind of thing going on right here. See it? I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying it's the shape of one. All written down here. Something around with something in the center. Oh yeah, look at the way this is right here. See it? And you can still see that right there. It's there. They're all there. So I don't know, guys. You guys tell me what you think. I mean, I'm confused. Well, not really confused because I'm saying it really does look like there's actual structures on this. And I figured I'd bring this to you guys and let you analyze it yourself. Like I said, I've had this picture for a while, and I'm just, it's kind of one of those puzzling things because you don't see anything really clear, but you know it's not nature made. Look at this. Perfect circle with something in the center. And when you go back to it, it's still there. So it's in the picture. This stuff is there. This part right here. And if you think that anybody would just fall into this, here's your inversion, and you can just see, look at all the stuff inside it. Look at 1, 2, 3 openings, something right there, here. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Because I don't really have it lightened and you really can't, they kind of blur it out a little bit, you really can't see what's in the center of these, but you can see a lot of the stuff runs inside these areas here. See it? There's a lot of stuff in there. When I put it back, see how it just looks dark? But you can still see things here. Okay? Looks like things here. You invert, and now you can see that what looks like a road going inside here. Look at this, like 90-degree angle, comes back down. I mean, just look at everywhere. I mean, no matter where you look, there's something right here. Look at this. Comes up, goes across, 1, 2. Then it comes up to this area over here. There's like all these little bridges. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this looks like a giant city to me. And I'm going to say there's a good 70% chance that's what it is. But this is what you get. Not much of anything. So, I don't know. I'm going to back out of here. You guys tell me what you think it is. Like I said, my theory stands. I think they've seen something a long time ago in the 70s, and I think even the late 60s they've seen this stuff. And because, yeah, I think it was Russia and Ukraine, or they were sending up flybys to a lot of planets and moons, around the time we were, and I think even before at some point. And it really doesn't matter on timing. It's all about that they've been there too. And since then, and they just said, look, we need to build ourselves a perfect set of eyes because no telescope is going to be as good as this Hubble. Because it's on the outside of the atmosphere, it sees a lot better and a lot clearer. And believe me when I tell you, I think they use this tool, and this is the reason why everybody's on the bum rush to go to Mars. But that's just my theory. You guys tell me what you think. Take a look at this picture, like I said. Tell me what you guys think this is. Again, you got to keep in mind when you look at these things, you're not going to see anything too clear because if these, I mean, just look at right here. All in here. Look at this. I mean, I just randomly just jumped in here and I'm not even doing anything to the picture. And like I said, you can see this part right here comes down, goes around, 90-degree angle, then back down inside this area. I don't know. And this is supposed to be, according to your scale, it's like 50 miles. From like about here to about here is 50 miles. So how big would these things be in here? Okay. Just keep that in mind when you do look at it and tell me what you guys think. Because this is, I'm telling you what I think it is. You guys tell me what you think it is, but it's more of a question. Let you guys analyze it and throw it around and let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. You can check out my videos. I think you'll find them pretty wild if you're into this kind of thing like I am. There's a lot of people that are. And I've got a few subscribers already, and, I'm thankful for them. I like the idea that they're sharing the same thing I am. Or have the same interest anyway. So, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Give me some thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. And yeah, like I said, I'll have this link in the description, as always. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I got some more wild ones coming up for you guys, so just stay tuned, so to speak. And with that, thanks for watching. I will see you next pick.